Yeah, but you want to win it, though. You want to win. You got all the way there. But think, now that you bring up Cleveland, think about that. Do you think they remember, when they look back on the 97 season, they remember beating the Baltimore Orioles in the ALCS, or do they remember Jose Mesa choking out Game 7?
That's right. No, I'm with you. And like I said, I don't want to devalue what is winning a World Series. But I'm saying you make a statement when you're here now, and you put a flag in the ground and say, that year we own the American League. Now, do you want to win it? Hell yeah, you do. You want to win anything. You're a professional athlete. I don't think you do anything without trying to win it. I've seen professional athletes break out into arguments over ping pong games. It's just that competitive spirit and that fire that gets you there in the first place. But it's just now time to really enjoy the atmosphere around you. But I got to tell you, man, I guess we'll get back into it, but I want to change gears here. It's a short show Monday night. You've had 108 years since the last time the Chicago Cubs have won a World Series. 71 years since the last time they were there. When I saw Saturday night Bill Murray, my personal hero, did you see this?
Bill Murray burst into tears. Yes, it did.
Yeah. When I saw him just start crying, and it was sincere, and it was emotional, and it was deep, it really, that to me, that's an iconic baseball moment. That's how baseball means something in your life. And Bill Murray has been somebody who has just presented these emotions for people, whether it be comedy or drama. Or Bill Murray's he's freaking great. But when I saw that was raw emotion from a guy who fakes emotion all the time. And he just showed how much this team winning meant to him and to the city and to all the people who lived and died and never got to see this, but they loved their baseball team. This is why baseball, this is why sports are important to families and to friendships and to all those things. And I was just watching that and seeing the camaraderie and seeing everybody come together. That's the best part about baseball that I think is missing in other sports today. Baseball, you watch the Yankees go for 3 years in a row, and it's kind of freaking just ho-hum. You know what I mean? Like, in years past, they were barely popping the tops off the champagne in New York with the Yankees, or it kind of never looked like that genuine, unique experience. With these young baseball teams that are here, it really looks like these guys are blowing up. They're excited. They're feeling the emotion. They're feeling the actual the passion is tangible while this is happening. And I think it's important to note that there's a lot of young boy in this sport, and these guys are having that kind of fun. I can root for both teams and have a great time watching this series. I really can.
Especially with these two teams. Both young, kind of younger teams. I mean, the Cubs especially, just a lot of young talent.
Yeah, no, they are. They're all kids, for God's sakes.
Yeah, they are. You got Lindor's young, Baez, Bryant. These kids are all in their early 20s.
Yeah, they're young kids with a whole life ahead of them, hopefully, of baseball and enjoyment. And these are two young teams that you can potentially see them getting better and coming back and doing this again. And that's even the beauty of doing it once, is you want to go do it again. That Cubs team is young enough and good enough that you'll see them again.
Yeah, you will. I have to bring this fact up. It's still sending chills down my spine. Now, granted, I'm the first to tell you I don't believe in any of that juju and any of that kind of. I think horoscopes are for idiots. But
I'm with you. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I will say this. This was kind of cool. I mean, it still sends some chills down my spine. Think about it. They announced in the 8th inning of that game, because of the infamous Bartman inning when everything fell apart for the Cubs championship series. I remember a guy, I forget who he is, he was sitting in the stands. He said, little fun fact today, the tavern owner who tried to bring the billy goat in the stadium and supposedly cursed the Cubs, said the Cubs would win no more, died on October 22nd. So like 1960 somebody died on October 22nd.
Yeah, I did hear that. I can't remember who was in the stands, who was the on-beat reporter who said it. But I remember hearing that and thinking, I don't buy into a lot of that either, but it was, fun fact. Something to throw out there and just enjoy. and maybe you just wonder if someplace there's a goat neighing and I don't believe in the curses. I don't. I don't believe in the curse of the goat. I don't believe in the curse of the babe. I think that's all just baseball.
I did find that interesting, though, with the curse of the Babe. The last out in that World Series when they clinched, Edgar Renteria, who wore jersey number 3. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but you're talking to the same guy. Look, there's something about baseball that the superstition in baseball is very real. The baseball gods are very real, and you and I talked about this when the playoffs began. The baseball gods wanted this to be a Cubs-Indians World Series. And you can say that horoscopes are horseshit and juju and curses and all that stuff, and I agree with you. It's all bullshit. But you know what I know in my entire life is one thing is real, and that's the baseball gods. The baseball gods are real. They do things. They control things. They're the messenger of the bad hop, of finding a stone in the dirt. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
It is. There's something to be said. Baseball is it's been around for such a long time, and it's about as American as the Model T Ford. You know what I mean? It is.
It's apple pie. It's grandma. It's all those good things. I mean, but to the superstitions, you're talking to a guy that through his entire high school career wore the same sock on his right foot and never changed it. I wore it underneath my stirrup socks. It was the same sock.
I got dressed the same routine. Always put my wristbands on last. I mean, baseball there is something with that. I mean, I would have to eat peanut butter. I'd have to have peanut butter before a game. And I mean, it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't shave on game day. It was just very strange things. I mean, you never know. You go 4 for 4 one night, and all of a sudden you do things that way forever.
Mark Grace had the best superstitions.
Well, everybody, and I think a lot of our listeners are probably pretty familiar with Gracie and his slump buster. Hey, that's every now and again you're going to have to sell out and just break the way things are going, man. You got to take one for the team, pop up a slump buster, and get back up to the plate and start swinging.
Yeah, that's always a need. I do say one thing about this World Series, though. I'm kind of upset. I know the rumors start flying that Wild Thing Charlie Sheen was going to throw out the first pitch in that game.
Yeah.
That would have – I know they're not going to do that, and I understand that, but – wow, would that have been electric. To see him coming out of the bullpen with the leather jacket and the skull glasses and then have a Wild Thing blare on the speakers with that. I mean, I don't even know if the structure of Progressive Field, I don't even know if it would hold for how crazy that place would go. The place might collapse.
Yeah, that would be kind of good. It would be a little clowny, though, but I would love it. I really would.
I think it would be great. I mean, like I said, I don't see the problem with it. As long as Chuck Sheen doesn't get any blood on the game ball, I think we're good.
Be nice. Carlos Estevez. Yeah, look, dude, that would be cool. It would be. I think that John Adams, Chief Wahoo, who's banging that drum out there for decades, I think a guy like that, reward him and let him come out here and chuck the first pitch and then get back out to his drum and start pounding again. This is such a great time of year. We keep talking about how much we love October. I couldn't love it anymore. It's like a beautiful 70 degrees here. The weather's been awesome, and I can smell playoff baseball in the air. I can smell World Series. I really, as much as I love hockey, I will be disappointed when this series is over, no matter the outcome. The outcome for me will probably be pretty bittersweet. As somebody who, I hate to say it because it's against everything I believe in sports fandom, but I am a fan of two teams. I am a fan of two teams, and I'm watching it happen right now. And that's just too bad. I'm going to have to just accept it. I have to accept it. But, boy, that kind of sucks. It'll be bittersweet in the end because it's not going to end in a tie unless that meteor I was talking about comes slamming somewhere in northeastern Ohio.
I don't know. I think that meteor's got pretty good odds, brother.
Yeah, it must. It must. There's too much shit going on that's too kooky and too hard to explain. Too hard to explain.
I know. And, it's woof, getting chills down my spine.
Yeah, it's crazy. We waited a long time for this. I know I have a lot of friends out there who are Cub fans. I have some friends out there who are Indians fans. And everybody on Saturday night when that thing closed out, that my phone started exploding because it's a Samsung. But one after another, the text came in. What are you gonna do, dude? What are you gonna do? And the only thing I could do is really just sit and think. I'm just gonna watch, hopefully, a great series of baseball. Well played, no bullshit, no conspiracy, no, umpires staying out of it. Because the umpiring was not great in either series. shoebox strike zones, then garbage can strike zones. It's just not a great series as far as the umpires went, but they'll review and be ready to go. I hope, most importantly, the weather stays at least acceptable in both Chicago and Cleveland. We're going to ask for a miracle here, but you start playing games in 40-degree weather, that ruins the game for me.
Yeah, I did see the forecast for Game 2. They're expecting rain in Cleveland.
Yeah. That's Wednesday night?
Yep.
Okay, so worst comes to worst, that game gets moved to Thursday.
Yeah, it's gonna. This is too good to be true. I still cannot believe this. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, it is too good to be true. It really is, because I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yes,
one way or the other. And yeah, I'm that croon sitting on my couch with my Cubby sweatshirt on and my Indians hat. And I don't know how else to say it, but just if you don't like it, you can all bite me, and that's just the way.
About to call you Switzerland.
Yeah, it is. It's the way it's going to have to be, though. I can't change it. I can't help it. But all year long, I sit in front of the TV with my Major League package, and I like the way that sounds. I sit in front of the TV with my Major League package.
I just got that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was in front of the TV with my Major League package watching some baseball games. But I enjoy watching the Cubs every night, the Indians every night. I watch the Rays every night, but this year I gave up on them on like April 10th because it was just such a shit product. It's hard to invest 162 games into a team you can't watch.
Yeah, I think the ghost of Harry. I think there's Harry Carey in the background. Someone, Tom, if the Cubs were playing the Indians in the World Series, who would you choose?
Yeah, I know. And I've been asked that question. I was asked that question in July. And I didn't have an answer for it. I just kind of went blank.
That actually kind of makes me sad to think about that when I just brought up the great Harry Carey. I mean, wow. Could you imagine if Harry Carey was still in that booth when this was going down? I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah, buddy. He is a Cubs fan and a Bud man, and Harry would have really loved this. You were too young to remember, but I grew up with Harry Carey every day on WGN. This was, prior to 88 when the lights were first flipped on at Wrigley. The Cubs were on every day in the afternoon, so I would come home from school at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock whenever I home, and probably flip the game on about the fourth inning, and just enjoy watching some baseball, doing homework, and then by 5 o'clock in Florida, I'm a kid. I got to go to my baseball game or my baseball practice, playing all year around. But Harry Carey was that staple. Just every call, him and Steve Stone, it was just such an important time of my youth, growing up watching my favorite players, guys like Mark Grace, Ryan Sandberg, Schwan Dunston, Andre Dawson before that. These are just great days. Leon Durham in the mid-'80s. Just crazy stuff and loving it. And now here it is. I'm a 40-year-old dildo watching the Indians and the Cubs in the World Series. I feel like Marty McFly. I feel like everything's just not the way it's supposed to be. It's all out of whack. At some point, 88 miles per hour and the whole world changed. But it's a special time, my friend.
That's some powerful stuff right there, man.
Yeah, you heard it here first. It's deep.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know. Gonna be a great series. Everybody, like you said, everybody should just sit back and enjoy. I don't know though. I mean, I'm already starting to feel the butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah, I am too. But that first pitch will be before you know it. And it was just like a young man when I was playing. I remember before any games, especially in high school, when the nerves would build up, and you'd be on the bus riding to the stadium, and you'd get there, and you're kind of kicking dirt, and I played first base, so I'd be out, and just the butterflies, and then pitcher would wind up, kick and deal, boom, first pitch goes by, and you go, oh, okay, first pitch. Now you're just playing baseball. And the butterflies would just go. They'd fall away. And it was really an amazing feeling that I've never, ever been able to reproduce in my entire adult life, is that feeling before that first pitch, where in the back of your head, it's a new game, it's a new day. And you're just looking at the plate, looking at the pitcher, and you get down into position, and you're just thinking in the back of your head, just hit this first rocket shot right at me. Let me knock it down, eat it up, get the first out. And
you just said a mouthful again, man. That's just taking me back. Now I'm just sitting in drip. Now, like I said, the only time I get nervous is if they're low on Tito's at Fisher's. I mean,
Yeah,
that's about sums me up these days.
That sucks.
Yep.
But it